Why talking with your ex will make you feel worse, even when you think it doesn't, and what to do instead, and how to go no contact. In today's session, I'm gonna take you through a live framework that I've used with my clients. I had this question the other day, so you can fix this one. My name's Ed JC Smith. I've been a coach for over 25 years. I struggled with my own relationships. That's why I really got into this when I met someone that I wanted to actually stay with. In the last year alone, I've trained over 21,000 coaches, and my current work is for my PhD in how to remove emotional triggers in relationships. So the context of this question, my client had a situation where she broke up with her boyfriend and she had 3 days no contact, and then she was completely triggered by something she saw online, wanted to call him, so she did call him, and then felt even worse for doing that, and was asking, how does she not feel like this? How to stop feeling like this? What should she do? I love this quote: insanity is defined as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, Einstein. And so in this regard, you have to do things differently. You may want to do things like they've always been done in the past, but unfortunately we also have to change the format. Otherwise you're just gonna expect something else to happen and you'll be doing the same thing, and it's just gonna make you feel upset. And so what's really happening every time you re-engage, you're just opening up all of that pain again. You guys have made a decision, and it's a tough decision. You have to understand the 5 areas of grief, because I think they're really important to help you understand awareness, because the more awareness you bring to the pain and of what the experience that you're going through right now, the easier it is for you to let it go. And you have every right to be upset and to be frustrated and to feel a range of different emotions, because you've been with someone for a period of time, it hasn't worked out, and you're dealing with like a loss, a heavy loss, like a death. So the grieving cycle is very important. The 5 steps are denial, first step. That initial feeling of loss, almost disbelief, like you can't believe it's happened. 2, anger, you're really frustrated with the fact that it's happened. 3 is bargaining, where your brain is kind of going back and forward. Maybe if I could do this, if I'd done that, it would have been different. Maybe if I can do this now. And as I say these, I'm sure you're probably very aware of that you're going to go through these at different stages, because humans are non-linear. They don't just follow this straight line approach. If that was the case, it would be so much easier to have a relationship. 4th step is depression, where you're starting to realize this is really over and it's very sad. And again, you've got every right to feel sad. It's very upsetting when you break up with someone. And the last step is acceptance, where you really get to that stage where you can fully let it go. Now, the reason that you want to talk to your partner, ex-partner, should I say, because there's a part of you that's still scared of letting go. You're hoping that maybe that they'll change their mind, maybe that the closure won't happen. You might still be blaming them at some level, so you want to express that with them. You may still be confusing loneliness with love, and you're trying to reach out to the nearest source that you've got access to. The main strategy here is no contact, and the reason being is so that you de-trigger yourself. If you keep on looking at their Instagram, or you keep on seeing pictures, if you keep on seeing things that remind you of them, you will keep on getting triggered back into, first of all, the good times, and then into the bad. So it will constantly push you into these good feelings and then bad feelings, good feelings and then bad feelings. As soon as you've had a good feeling, an equal opposite bad feeling will come in, where it's easy to go and blame that other person, because there's a bad feeling there, and it's easier to say, well, it was their fault, versus take responsibility. And that's not probably what you want to experience right now. At this stage, you've got to save yourself. You've got to get yourself stronger, more comfortable in a position where you can deal with your emotions. I love the quote: you cannot heal yourself in the same environment that made you sick. So we have to look at all of those environmental factors and transform and change them, that allow you to be trigger free from those experiences, and for you to go through your emotions in your own way without being pulled back into their emotions. So don't stalk their social media, delete their texts, delete their pictures, so that you can start seeing life as a fresh. Remembering my trigger framework, the stop, drop and roll. If you do get triggered, stop, put your hand out, and start taking a couple of breaths, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. This allows your brain to relax. It allows your parasympathetic nervous system to calm down, and so that you're not going to react straight away. The drop, you put your hand on your heart, you start breathing through that. So you start thinking about, what's a healthier reaction? What's a different view here that I could take on board? What's the emotion, and why am I feeling this? As soon as you start to label the emotion that you're experiencing, it will desensitize it and reduce the actual power of it. The roll out is, so what's the kindest approach that you could do? What's the highest positive intention of the hero within yourself? What would they do? You know, in all of the great videos, films, etc., there's a hero moment where they could do like the lower grade thinking, or they do the hero moment where they, for example, like James Bond saves the girl, saves the day, you know, the baddie doesn't get to blow up the world or whatever it may be. They do like this premium thing that sacrifices themselves. Think about your highest intention for your hero moment. What would that be? That's the stop, drop and roll, so that you don't get triggered and don't start going all over their social media and just start slamming them left, right and center. That's never going to help. I recommend going no contact for at least 12 weeks. See how you feel and assess from there. Start putting your focus into growing yourself, getting your habits back on track so you've got a nice morning routine. Start reconnecting with friends and family, and start making sure that you're fulfilled. You're working on your passions, your work, whatever you do for your career, that is going in the right way. Start a hobby. I started learning the piano very late stage of life, and it's been incredible to get into something that, I'll be honest, the first year was awful. The second was a little better. I'm coming into my third year now, and I can start to play some like really cool stuff, but it takes time. You know, that's every day. So you've got to give yourself new habits to focus on, new good stuff to get involved with. And I promise you the right person is waiting for you, and they're going to be really appreciative of the fact that your relationship broke up, that allowed you to go out and meet them now. And if you like videos like this, you can watch the next video here, how to stop getting triggered by your partner.